I don't know the fuck, because obviously we're going to talk about the fucking the concert.
Friday night.
It was Friday night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said so on last Monday. Everyone was asking what people were doing on Friday because people were trying to make plans for things. And you're like, oh, I can't go because I'm going to a concert. And I'm like, cool. What band are you seeing? And you
I
spent
said, whoa, sir. I did not say band.
And I was like, so what is it that you're going to see?
Was it like a solo singer guy? Nope.
You kept dodging questions like nothing else, ducking, bobbing, weaving. You were having none of it.
I became the one.
Yeah.
I was just like...
Yeah, who is it?
Bullet
Is it a
time.
girl singer? Is that why you're embarrassed? Is it a
Yep.
ABBA tribute act? And you weren't giving me anything, so I did something very womanly.
It's funny because I know what it is.
Yeah, which is I just went, right, well, if they're not going to tell me, I'm going to use the internet to arrive at my own conclusions.
Yeah.
And I Googled concerts in Edinburgh and it's really hard because there was 4 bands and I don't know anything about music. So I'm like, it could be any one of these 4 bands, but I don't know what the genre of them is. I don't know what to accuse them of. And then I scrolled down and there was one I was like, oh, that'll be it. It was the Edinburgh Royal Orchestra Society. I think that's what they're called.
RNSO, I think it is. The Royal National Scottish
Orchestra.
Yeah.
Yeah. At Usher Hall, doing the music from the Final Fantasy games.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Your Honour.
Allegedly. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll never skip on a chance to be brutally homophobic and bullying to any of my friends.
Yeah.
So of course there was.
Got a bit of bullying from everybody in the chat.
Said from a man who's got the entire limited edition Cosmere up there. So I mean, I'm a loser. I get it. Mm-hmm. If there was Lord of the Rings, next time they do a Lord of the Rings one, there's not a chance I wouldn't be going to that.
Yeah.
Especially if they had the movie on in the background.
Yeah, I thought that because the concert was great, but I thought they'd have some visuals and show some bits from the games. Yeah, but I mean, it was fine.
Your friend who you're meant to be going with pulled out, and then you messaged me
sick.
4 hours earlier on Friday, being like, "Hey, I know you thought this was gay, but is there any chance you want to come tonight?" And I was like, 100%.
Yeah,
absolutely. The very least, I get to be the hardest person in a room, and that's
that was
rare
cool
for me.
Yeah. The most sexually active as well.
Oh yeah. I had sex with more people than that entire building combined.
Even if they all had sex with each other.
That
still, night.
Yeah. Still doesn't amount to the big dog. So we went to the pub beforehand, and you were like, edible, and I'm like, this just got way better. Never in my life, as a man that's taken heaps and heaps of drugs, never have I had a better timed drug.
Oh my God, yeah.
It was unreal.
I felt it start hitting right as the orchestra were going how they do that, like they're all warming up, which you said a very funny thing where it was like, it's like us going on stage going like, knock, 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 knock.
Doctor, there's a fly in my throat.
Doctor,
Yeah, because they're on stage when you walk in there.
Yeah.
And
it was like being at a summer hall whip.
Yes, very sort of natural, and they're all suited and booted. They're all dressed nicely.
Yes,
and it is guess who, but you can see all their faces. But it's with autism. What neurodivergence does each of these people have? Because you don't get to be one of the best musicians in the country, without heaps of autism, neurodivergency of any sort of thing,
and Tiger Woods' dad.
Yeah, abuse.
Yeah.
Either you were so abused as a child that music was your escape, and you'd get fucking beaten. Yeah. And then they'd be like, have you a wee gay violin? And then you'd sit in your room and cry and just make music up off the fucking spot.
Yeah.
Or Tiger Woods' dad hitting you with a violin. Yeah. Being like, I want a C sharp. I want a C whatever.
Major.
Is that the other one?
I liked at the start, the conductor, most useless job in the world.
What a charlatan.
He at the start said, do we have any gamers here? I think he was German, Austrian. He had an evil accent.
And an evil name. Like, when he came on, his name was like...
Von Killer.
yeah.
Gustav Von Killer.
They could never be like, and this is your conductor for tonight, Stefan Smith.
He had a big scar down, like one white eye.
It was a three-barreled name. It was something Von something. You're like,
do we have any gamers in the audience? I'm just doing Werner Herzog now. That would be great. And what about in the orchestra? Do we have any gamers? And like two of them put their hand up. And he pointed to one woman and went, you will see she is sat in third chair. If she didn't play so many video games and played some more violin, perhaps she would be first chair. And it got such a huge laugh. And I was like, God, this is the easiest gig to get a laugh in.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
In the world.
Yeah. And then, like, I mean, the arrogance of the fucking conductor, right, is, look, if he is the person when the show's not on who's like, right, and then you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this, and he's training them behind the scenes to do it. Fair enough. Yeah. Real fucking job. If his job is just up there, what an...
You're coming up, it's you.
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. Like, he's...
Oh, shit.
He's the Arrow from fucking Guitar Hero. That's all he is.
Yeah.
He's the human version of Dance Dance Revolution.
Do you think he can play all those instruments as well as all them can, though? Is that like the point? Like he could go, no, you're doing it wrong, and if he picked up, he could just do it.
Not. You think he's a one-man band?
No, nobody is. No man's an island or a band. But yeah, the edible kicked in right as it started, and then you turned to me and went, "This edible's kicked in." I went, "I know."
It was
perfect.
Because so like everyone's going off their music because obviously they're fucking really like.
Oh man,
tuneful fucking songs, and this conductor's just up there being like, I'm like, buddy, no, I can see that nobody's looking at you.
Yeah,
they're all looking at the music because the music sheet is telling them what to do here, and you're just like, and Steve on the drum, you're gonna be up in la 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 la, like a wee fucking elongated Professor Flitwick, just giving it big licks as if he's got anything to do.
I don't think he did anything at all. Nah. Yeah, the first.
Also, you don't have to be that camp. There's no what's the in between switching? You can go you. The reason he does that is so that everyone who's not mesmerised.
He must do a thing where he's like more of something. Does he do any of these? Yeah.
I need a bit more.
More mozzarella, por favore. Mucho gusto. I have no idea what he does, but we watched him for a while, and then my favourite moment of the whole thing. There was a point, you timed it great because you didn't know what was going on in my head, but I was like, I was so close to laughing out loud going, what are we doing? Like, what is this? I'm watching a bunch of people play video game music, and then you grab my leg like Thierry Henry, and I'm Jamie Carragher, and you go, Gareth, the pianist has no song sheet.
You didn't have it.
But you said it so aghast, like, the pianist has no song sheet. And I was like, oh my, that is the funniest thing you could have said in that moment.
He did.
Genuine shock from you.
Like, well, first of all, it was one of the very few times the conductor, like, because I didn't even see the piano get there. Piano's normally off to the fucking left.
Yeah.
But clearly during one of the wee breaks, they moved it to in front of the conductor. And my
you were at the toilet. Yeah.
So my stone brain hadn't even fucking registered it. So I spent most of that time being like, how have I never noticed that there was a piano there before? Yeah. So there was a good 5 minutes where I'm like, fucking, is this Penn and Teller as well? This is unbelievable. And he's going, but doing all the fucking music. And I'm like, there's no music sheet in front of him. That's unbelievable. Yeah. There's no way he's riffing this. And also, he's not one of the people that stuck his hand up being like, this is my favourite fucking game. How on earth does this cunt know this off by heart? Yeah. What sort of autistic genius? Like, is he like the way Darren Brown can allegedly read a book as he just scans each page, fucking photo memory, and then blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, Brian on the drums is going, dum, dum, dum.
Oh yeah, that guy with the 5 drums. I was laughing.
His sheet music.
I was laughing so much thinking that guy was like such a simpleton. Like I pictured him at like parties in my head. So how's work? What do you do? He's like, I play 5 drums.
I'm in an orchestra.
I got 5 drums, same size. You gotta hit the right one at the right time, or the whole thing messed up.
What different sounds do they make?
Yeah, boom, boom, boom. And of course, my favourite, boom. They all go boom, and I smack them. The pianist, I don't want to say it, but if you are listening, you could guess his ethnicity. You could tell where in the world that man was from.
He had one of them strict
He's
dads.
very good at the piano.
Yeah.
Didn't have sheet music. Very studious, shall we say?
yeah. Put in whoever you think into that. Yeah.
And that was him. And it was no surprise, but he was very good.
He was unbelievable.
The whole thing was really good. I loved like listening for a bit and then like trying to watch just one person seeing what they were contributing.
Remember the fucking big double bass man?
His head was going
He was
off his nut.
like, because everyone else playing the double bass is just like boom, 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 da, 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 da. Whereas he was
so into it. Like every note was the most important thing.
Like, proper like,
yeah,
it like I don't know,
like a death metal band. Like got the head going,
like
but
an animated fucking
every note. Yeah,
really giving it big clicks. Like you can tell he's.
There's no way you could punch that guy. I'll tell you that for free.
Nah.
His head was bobbing and weaving. Yeah. You could try and punch him, but you just couldn't.
I spent a lot of time, obviously, not realizing how much I fucking understand about music. Who the fuck is phoning me?
Like the tone of it. Because I remember at one point you were like, "This is clearly battle music."
yeah. I've never played any of the Final Fantasy games, and I'm like, "That's battle music." I feel like this is a love scene. This is a boss fight.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that.
The first few games though, like I've not really played them, so I would say the first 4 or 5 songs I didn't recognize a single one, which then made me laugh because I thought, well, this isn't about video games anymore. Daniel and I are just at the orchestra. It's neither of us know these songs, so we're just enjoying an orchestra play.
Oh man, I was on the perfect amount of fucking weed, and also that edible did not stop coming.
Yeah,
like, it's been a while since I've done weed, and like obviously your tolerance fucking goes down, but like it kicked in. I'm like, oh, this is good. This is a perfect level to be. And then after the fucking interval, I was like, it's not. It just keeps rolling me over. I feel like I'm a tube of toothpaste. It's like, I can get more higher than you fucking...
Yeah, when you went to the toilet, I went, that is so brave. I would not face stairs right now.
We were fucking silly little children, giggling away in the orchestra. I was mesmerised. I'm not. Look, I'll make fun of it, but like I said to Kat after, I'm like, I would absolutely go back to the orchestra.
It was superb.
Yeah, if it was something, especially like if I enjoyed it that much, and it was something I've never played before, and don't get, and I liked it that much, I can't imagine how much.
Like if they did like the Halo soundtrack.
Oh my fucking god! With a choir doing the man. I reckon I would genuinely cry, and I reckon Kai would leave me. I reckon that would be the moment. A single tear rolling down my face.
The best bit was when there was a slight pause in the music and a man next to us sneezed.
We policed that so hard. He sneezed like 4 rows away, and we went.
It was just like the tiniest little lull in the music where it was like bum 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 bum, and we were like, you
piece of fucking shit, you can't fucking hold it, can you?
Yeah, oh god, that was so funny.
I can see why it was entertainment 400 years ago. I've never understood, like, see, every time I go to, like, you're in fucking Greece, you're in somewhere in England, like, oh, look at this massive outdoor amphitheatre. And you're like, man, if I had a time machine, or if I look back now, I'd just kill myself. Like, going outside to just watch people fucking play music. No background thing.
You wouldn't try and get up there? What's the deal with these Romans, man?
Hey.
What's with the weird hat?
Yeah, what is this? For cleaning the undersides of your horse? Am I right? Yeah. Lieutenant Toilet Brush over there. Oh, I'm being crucified. Cancel culture gone mad.
Maybe I need a Trojan, and that'll be funny in 300 years.
Hey, if Jesus is such a fucking Jew, why is he not up here, huh?
He runs the media. Herod hates babies, right?
He does. That guy fucking... Bud, throw him down a hill. What was this river thing?
I've been on a donkey with one crying before. I get it.
No, I got it. I was like, I can understand why you'd fucking say... Because also, a lot of the time...
Because it's going to go, right? It's not going to be around forever. Like, young people don't give a fuck about the orchestra.
Mike, we didn't give a fuck about the orchestra. Maybe that's the way. Because I was thinking about this while we're watching. I'm like, maybe that's how orchestra fucking survives, right? Is gradually over the next 50 years, the amount they play Mozart will just fucking plummet. But
did anybody go to raves in the 90s?
Man.
Here is Scooter.
Welcome to the Royal National Symphony Orchestra of DJ Tiesto. All of the pill-bobbing raves from the 90s. You're like, fucking, if this guy does, I can't name any fucking...
Tiesto songs.
I was also going down Eat, Sleep, Rave, Repeat.
Adagio, The Strings is one. The last time I was in the Usher Hall, I was on ecstasy.
Great, man.
Watching an orchestra perform the music of Love Actually while the film played behind them.
Now, that's an interesting
My mate,
choice.
Nick, was supposed to be taking a girl. She cancelled. And so he was like, do you want to go? Basically the same thing that happened with us. And I was like, yeah, I'll go. And then like on the way there, I was like, hey, I've got some MDMA. Do you want to take some? And he went, absolutely.
Yeah, fuck it.
But it was the worst experience. At first it was great. I was like, this is fun.
Yeah.
But there's a point in the film where it goes all staticky. And I thought, oh, it's the interval. They've stopped playing music. And the static has been up here for, I'm going to say 30 seconds in my head. So I just went... and then the film starts again. And I was like, oh no! And the whole theater starts laughing, like, and they're looking up. And Nick's like, why did you do that? And I was like, I thought it was the interval. I was giving them an out. There was a few times where there was a long silence at the Final Fantasy thing, and I thought people should be clapping right now. And I went, I'm not, fool me once. I was like, I'm not going to be on drugs in this building. Starting a round of applause again. That's crazy.
But then we did turn into like kids on a high school trip out doing something culture for once, because just during one of the rounds of applause after a tune, you went, bet you I'm the last one clapping. And so it just went to like everyone's clapping, and it's you and me going.
It's great because nobody can tell you off for it.
No, you're like, oh,
I'm enjoying the show. They kicked me out for laughing. So this is an orchestra.
Yeah, It
was really funny. Do you not see the double bass player's head? Come on.
Yeah, I spent so much of that time also just going, what fucking instrument's that? Where's that noise coming from? Because one bit where there was like a little...
Oh, there was a man with brushes.
Yeah. And because like at the back...
That's worse than the 5 drum guy.
100%.
How was work? Oh yeah, the brushes were really integral to the song today. They finally needed a brush guy, and they all laughed at me when I stood up studying the brush, but here I am. He had castanets at one point on his legs.
Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed that. He had a lot of things going on.
Well, that's why I realised it's like the percussion people at the fucking back like kept walking around, because like obviously everyone has got one instrument, but like each one of them was in charge of like 10 different instruments.
Yeah.
Because it's like, right, there's only a little bit of xylophone. There's only about 2 songs for the brush in it.
Yeah.
Castanet's going to come up. 1.1 can't have maracas. Like,
there was a big drum as well. One big drum.
Huge.
Which was great fun. That guy was really into it.
I do think they could have done a bit more humour. Like, having not played the games, like the thing that I would love, if I ever went to see the Halo orchestra, I really want them halfway through the music to do the sounds of me getting hit by a grenade and my health bar depleting and the shields going wah, 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 and then like
but they can't say slurs on stage.
Why?
Because you would have been shouting that. No way that hit me, you.
Yeah. I mean,
they did do one little bit where the big trombone, I guess. Was that a trombone? I don't know. One of the brass things.
Orchestra
where it was like a fart sound. Or he just kept playing when he shouldn't. Yeah. He basically did like a little solo, and the conductor was looking at him, then looking at us like, what is this bloody cheeky chops like?
Yeah, it was real powerful.
And it was getting such big laughs. I was like, grow up. You all need to grow up.
These fucking,
Video game people.
We did walk around during the break and afterwards, stoned off of our nuts, just being like, the clientele is exactly what you picture in your head. Somebody who attends a Final Fantasy Orchestra, you nailed it. Make no changes.
Oh, yeah.
I think a guy in suede dungarees.
Yeah, and I was like, he wasn't making a coffee either.
No. There was also, there was a cured Harvey Price.
Oh man, that was so funny.
Just we were in the queue, giggling like fucking teenagers and nothing. And this guy, I swear,
because we were just commentating on everyone going past. I was
Yeah.
like, man, there's so many schools that have not went shot up today.
yeah. There was a guy who had 4 different fucking haircuts in one, right?
Oh man,
He remember this, right? So we saw him from like this side. So he had like fringe with bald, long comb over and mullet. And I'm like, buddy, that's fucking 3 in 1. And then we got around the other side of him and the comb over went into emo fringe. And we were like, oh man.
yeah, sick.
Yeah.
So
How
good, so
much-
dope.
Let me smell every one of your fingers. I bet they each smell like a different pussy.
I tell you the thing
fucking shagger.
I didn't like about it was every time the whole audience clapped, all the like Dorito dust went in there.
I know we shouldn't judge anyone there, but let's do it because we're bullies. Because we were up top stalls looking down.
Yeah, good seats.
Good seats. They were good. I got to see the fucking ghoulish double bass player.
Yeah.
At the end, the longest standing ovation I've ever seen anything being given in my fucking career. Like, could not believe how long. I know you're wrong. It was amazing. It was so good.
Yeah.
And like they deserve that amount of fucking applause, but so long. One guy, 7 rows up, just like clapping, like fucking leading the applause, and just kept like fucking pointing at them and smiling. I don't know, just him being like, hey, my boy.
Hey, Deborah, crushed that violin tonight, Deborah.
my boy on viola. That's my boy.
I'm not forgetting you, Mr. Oboe.
No, it was proper.
Oh no, Oboe. Yeah, it was pretty good. I forgot how long that clap was. I remember at one point going, right, come on.
Surely
They can't be making a lot of money, those people in an orchestra.
No. Like, it's got to be hobby. Like, you've got another job, and then, like, at your office job, people are like, what are you doing your Friday night? And you're like, no, interaction. And you say,
I'm going to get my tuxedo press and...
go out, yeah.
Yeah, surely can't be. They were old as well. They were quite old, the orchestra.
Yeah.
A lot of grey hair, which I didn't expect.
Yeah, I reckon once you're retired, you get into it, and, like, that's when you fucking really commit
Maybe, yeah.
to it. The younger ones, I was just like, I wonder how much. Because, like, obviously, when you're in primary school and high school, you're like, man, when I become a bully... Sorry, I was always a bully. When I become an adult, I can't wait to, like, live in a world where cliques don't exist. Like, we can put all the high school drama behind us. There's no bitching, there's no bullies, there's none of this. And then you become an adult and you're like, oh, it doesn't matter what job I end up in. There are cliques. There's bullying, there's this. Like, it's in stand-up, it's in fucking office jobs. Every time Carol was at her work, she was like, in this group, we're doing this. And I'm like, oh, we're all just human. Do you reckon like fucking double bass people fucking hate the percussion people?
Oh yeah, for sure. They won't see them as real musicians.
Nah. They proper snare. They don't let them sit at like the table. Like one of the new drummers comes in with his big fucking gong bongs. He's like, can I sit with you guys? And they're like, there's no room, nerd. And he's got to go sit with the other percussion people. It's really banging the fucking table.
It must be quite hard to bully them because you've got nobody to like after your quips go boom.
Yeah, that's the advantage.
Do it. Yeah, Derek, you fucking nerd.
Just every time you say something awful to him, do the percussion. I don't wanna. You fucking nerd. That's why you got fucking wrecked, didn't you? How badly did you get wrecked?
Yes. Brian knows. They're all called Derek and Brian in my head.
Yeah. I can't come up with like.
And fucking, ethnical names. Ethnical. Which is ethnic and ethical.
Yeah. That's like you trying to be fucking woke but going the other way. I've noticed there's a lot of don't say C-H-I-N-K, don't say C-H-I-N-K. Orientals in the area.
Oriental.
There was one lady of Oriental persuasion in the orchestra.
Yes.
And she wasn't wearing a poppy.
Yeah, very
Maybe
interesting.
Because her dad smoked too much.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't see many poppies actually. I forgot
I
it was.
was wearing them because I had this conversation with Cara the other day, which is like across the road from us is a fucking church, and there were a bunch of poppies outside, and I had to remind myself that I don't. I've been conditioned to think that I hate the fucking poppy
Because of Colin.
No. Because all poppy defenders are the worst cunts in the world.
Yeah.
Right. People who are like, man, like they're all Brexit voting bald gammon fuckers. Like, go away, you fucking poppy. And because I hate all of those people and everything, I then have to remind myself of like, oh no, man, I am really grateful for all of our soldiers who died in World War I and II. I'm not against them. I'm against how they fucking use it, which I guess is like how a lot of English people must feel about seeing the St George's Cross.
I like the poppy. I'll say it. I'm brave. I don't like the poppy on the car.
No,
that feels actually disrespectful.
Yeah. Also, because that's where the red nose goes.
Exactly. Yeah. They get their time of year. Eyelashes, poppy, bit of heather. Don't like any of that.
Nah.
People always put a bit of heather on the front of their car.
A bit of heather?
Yeah, it's apparently good luck.
Fucking nuts.
But yeah, the poppy on the car, I'm like, who sees that and goes, oh, I love the troops that much.
Oh, fucking yeah.
I love them way more than you. My car's got a poppy.
Yeah, I put it on my fucking Prius. You're like, I don't think that's what they died for.
Car, thinking about all the Jeeps that blew up.
Lots of them were wearing poppies and like, and which fair enough. Like I get, like I understand the James McLean thing. It's like, I'm not wearing a fucking poppy.
Yeah.
Because if it symbolises the British Army, what the British Army did to Ireland, I'm not into it. What did the British Army ever do to China?
Yeah,
Don't
surely
answer that.
nothing.
I can't be bothered reading it. Right? I get it. Heroin or something.
Nah, don't, wait, what? Made them cool? You're welcome, China.
Yeah, Jesus. Also, they're giving us fentanyl now. Well, I say that's the Yanks.
Oh, are they? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Heaps of, like, the reason fentanyl's in drugs in America isn't because drug dealers are like, fucking, to tell you what's great for the market, killing 20% of my clients.
Yeah.
It's the Chinese being like, this is for 400 years ago. Playing fucking 3D chess.
Fuck
Which
you,
is-
dolphin.
3D chess is just chess. I don't think about it.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, unless you play on a computer.
Yeah, which they might because they're...
Robots. Correct.
Here's a question for you from your Western perspective. Who's more evil, China or Russia?
Oh, China.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Even though Russia's doing Ukraine right now, still
Yeah,
China.
but like China does their sneaky stuff, don't they?
They are sneaky.
They're up to some badness
Yeah, they're super sneaky.
that we don't know about because Russia, they're a bunch of white folk, aren't they?
Yeah.
We know they're evil.
Yeah, but
China.
Russia's also doing it so
They're eating the dogs.
Russia are doing it so blatantly, but still so fucking well. Like,
I'd be fucking evil if I lived in Russia. It's
Yeah.
too cold.
you got fed.
You
got fed.
If I'm eating fucking cabbage soup every meal
Yeah.
in the freezing cold,
Yeah.
And
every James Bond movie you watch, your dad's the bad guy. You're like, fucking what?
if all my fit women the second they turned 35 turned into babushka, I'd be fucking raging as well. I'd fucking kill a few folk. Here's your cabbage soup. Fucking deaf to the West, actually. Fucking over there with our heating food and just drinking vodka. I don't even like vodka.
Oh, but Russian vodka's on.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Also, I don't want any trouble with Russia. That was just a laugh.
Yeah.
Come on.
I met some cool Russians when I was over there, but I reckon they're all dead now.
Yeah.
I reckon anyone who came to my gig in Moscow was immediately put on a fucking list because I was up there talking about gay rights and sex education.
Oh, shit.
And Putin was just like, right, well, everyone who was there.
Was it Rammstein? Rammstein?
The Jewish tribute band.
Du hast mich. I get it. They kissed on stage in Russia and it got in a lot of trouble for that.
Aye, I kissed a bloke in Russia.
Oh, yeah.
Aye.
Kai?
No, but it was another comedian. I was like, would you get in trouble? Like, you're a gay comedian in Russia. Would you get in trouble for being gay? He's like, yeah, like I can't talk about it on stage. And I was like, oh, well, I'm fucking, they're not going to do anything to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm white, I'm British, I'm famous. They can't fucking touch me. So snogged him, not realising that the second I left, not
Yeah, guy came.
He'd been holding it in the entire time.
I am a good kisser.
Yeah. The evilness that Russia, like, just in the sense that, like,
I think they're quite honest about their evilness.
Well, but they're just like, by the way, we're interfering in all your elections. The entire culture war you're having is because we get bots to play the far right and we get bots to play the far left. And because you're all so fucking stupid, you join the bots that are on your team and you start screaming at each other. And now you don't have democracy anymore. And people are like, hold on. The left is saying what? Straight in.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing of like the...
But do Russians have slaves? I feel like China's got a lot of slaves, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, big time.
But I feel like they're just making slaves of themselves, which all slavery is bad.
Tibetans, what's going on in Tibet? I don't know a thing about any of this.
No, me neither. Well, don't worry, we're two white men on a podcast. We should be like...
Oh, yeah, we just say it confident.
Yeah, say it confident.
Free Tibet.
Yeah.
Russia, I get it.
Yeah.
Ukrainians are annoying.
Yeah,
I fucking hate Zinchenko. Mudrik turned us down. I say bomb them more. Who else? Who else is bad? And Australians just keep doing you.
Australia's fine. Australia's, yeah.
They're banning social media for under 16s.
Are they?
Apparently, yeah.
Good.
I think it's a good thing.
I think it's a very good thing, aye. Also, as long as it's one of those things that doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
They're like, we're banning social media for under 16s, but you are already fucked. It's the same thing New Zealand did with nicotine. They're like, right, nobody under the age of 21 is allowed to get into smoking now because we know it ruins life. But all of you that started smoking ages ago, keep going, you're fucked. You're like, thanks, man. That's responsible, but it's not affected me. Big fan. Because apparently that was like one of Rishi Sunak's last things, his last Hail Mary to stay in power was like, we're going to do the same thing over here. Stop kids under the age of if you're born after 2002, you're never allowed to buy cigarettes for nicotine under any circumstance.
Wow.
Aye. But you get mad good.
That's good policy, yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I understand America's idea of like freedom, government shouldn't be involved in things. As an adult, the government, freedom. As long as the government's not evil, which I understand is a very hard thing to fucking get, as long as the government isn't evil, they just have to be the mums and dads, right?
Yeah.
I'm gutted they implemented the sugar tax that made Iron Brew shitter, right? But I was never going to drink less Iron Brew. Yeah. So they had to do that for me.
But I like the Coca-Cola went, fuck it, we'll pay it.
Did they?
Yeah, they went, we'll pay your sugar tax, fuck you. Correct. We're not changing our recipe. Suck our fucking fat dick. Why didn't you do that when
they had cocaine in it, you fucking pussies?
Yep. Woke. Go broke, they say.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
I say it a lot. I've got it tattooed on my lower back. And what was I going to say before? Some cigarettes. Oh, yeah, the land of the free and all that. They're not free, though, are they?
No, they don't know what
we're the country of freedom, but also we have to stand up to a song twice a day.
Yeah, otherwise, and you don't get any choice of what you're taught in fucking schools. You got to sing the national anthem every fucking morning. Like those communists we hate.
Yeah. Pledge allegiance to the flag. Ooh. Like, I always just thought that was like a name. I didn't really think about the words of it. And I went, oh no, they're literally pledging allegiance to a flag.
Twice during fucking baseball games.
Twice.
They're
long games to be.
It's not just at the start that you got to stand up for the fucking anthem. Then, like after fourth fucking inning, they're like, "Let's do it again." It's everyone's favorite banger, and they're like, "You're not standing up." You're like, "I'm Scottish, man. Yeah. I'm not standing up for your fucking national anthem. I lied down for the English one."
I took the knee for the English one at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Oh, good
during the NFL games. I sang Star Spangled Banner to the top of my lungs. And then the second God Save the Queen at the time, me and Cullen took the knee. And I was like, God, the people sat behind us would be like, what are they doing?
It must be hard for all the fucking racists in America with the taking a knee, because on one side of the thing, taking a knee, you're not standing for the national anthem. But on the other side, taking a knee is how they killed George Floyd. So they're like, oh, fuck, I like both of those things.
Yeah, what's
what's more?
I guess we need to think on this a bit more.
Get Tom Horton off of this podcast right now. Hello, everyone. This episode, as always, is sponsored by Thistley Cross Cider, the cider that's so good that we asked them to sponsor us and not vice versa. They have a brand new limited edition flavour out now, which is the rum cask cider. It's only on for a limited time, and you can get 10% off of this and all their other ciders at thistleycrosscider.co.uk using the promo code Thistley Sloss November. 10% discount. All capitals, all caps, all caps. The whiskey cask cider used to be my favourite. I think it still is my favourite, but this doesn't fuck around. This is real good. It's only on for a limited amount of time, so buy it quickly and drink it often. Not too much. Legally, not too much. I mean, you can, but I'm not allowed to tell you that you can. You got to drink responsibly because that's a good thing to do. And with this delicious stuff, very hard to do so. Their whiskey cask one, which is my favorite.
Very good.
It's amazing, right? It's genuinely my fucking favorite. Their award-winning one. That comes in at 6.7 alcohol, which for a fucking cider is a fair wally. This is
a fair wally for a swally. Thistley Cross.
Just use that. Stick that in every 5 minutes. Every time I take a swig, just pan to his face. Do like a wee cut like they do in the Looney Tunes with Porky Pig. And then 7%.
Yeah, not bad.
Oh, man. It is like 3 of these get you to wherever you wanted to go. Unless you're driving. Like, it's so nice. Because the problem with, like, ciders and pints and stuff is, like, to get drunk, you got to drink fucking heaps of it, and then you're all bloated and stuff. Fucking 3 of these bad boys. You're not drunk after 3, but you're, like, the perfect level of, like, tipsy, silly good. It's the same way as they did the whiskey one, which is obviously it's not made from whiskey. They just store it in whiskey casks.
This has been stored in rum casks. It's like an infuser.
Aye. It's so good. So I mean, I'll give you the promo code in a bit, but I assume it's Thistley Sloss November 10. Is there a number in it this time?
The sherry casks are running out. People aren't drinking sherry nearly as much as they did back in the day.
Yeah.
And so any like sherry cask whiskey or anything like that, you should invest now. That's my top tip.
Oh, because they're going to run out of the casks.
They're going to run out of the casks, yeah.
Oh, that is wise.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
I was told that about 8 years ago.
Okay.
So time is, I guess, running out. I don't know.
Yeah. Because I guess like when it's being stored in the cask, it must take some of the fucking... You can't do it forever. There's got to be a time limit on those things.
Oh, yeah, no, because it would evaporate forever.
We went on a distillery tour, and they said that a lot of whiskey companies now just do sherry and sell it for piss cheap.
Just so they have the cask.
Just get the other... Oh.
All right, well, forget my... God, I thought it was Martin Lewis for a minute. Buy now, sell high later. My granddad still has a bottle of whiskey called the Grand Slam Dram, which is when Scotland last won the Grand Slam in the rugby.
Fucking hell.
It was the Five Nations back then.
Oh, who did we add in? Italy?
Yeah.
Thought so.
You can tell.
Yeah.
You can play as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are they going to catch a ball when their hands are always
you can't do it. It's very difficult. Making it hard for yourself. I went to a game in Napoli, and I don't really speak Italian, but before I go off the ship, I was like, right, just learn the things you're going to need to say, which is, scusa, non parlo italiano.
Yeah, great.
Sono scozzese, which means I'm Scottish.
Oh, I thought it was Martin Scorsese.
And so I was like, that'll get you by.
Yeah.
You don't need to know anything else. And then my taxi driver just refused to speak English at all. And I knew he could.
Oh, this is where my racism comes in. I'm like, I fucking know you know what I'm saying.
He was having a proper laugh with me. And I was like, I don't understand, sir. And then when I got out, he was like, Forza Napoli. Right. I was in Naples. I was going to watch Napoli. Yeah. And he found it hilarious.
Like, Forza is a fucking car game. What are you talking about?
But when I went, Sono Scorsese, he went, 2 for Napoli. And I went, yeah, Billy Gilmore and Scott McTominay. And he was like, he found it hilarious that I was there to watch them. He was like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, and you were like, if you fucking talk to me like that again, I'm going to deep fry one of your pizzas.
I would as well.
Aye.
They're so delicious.
Deep fried pizza crunch. I know Scots. I know we've got the worst diet in the world. Blah blah blah. We're all fucking scum. So for the record, if you've never had deep fried pizza crunch, it is objectively fucking unbelievable. It's so good. Mm-hmm. You've got to lather it in all types of sauce. You drown it in vinegar. You drown it in salt. You drown it in a bit of fucking.
My mouth's literally watering now. As you're talking about.
So fucking. We used to go swimming at Leaving swimming pool like every fucking Wednesday, and a crossroad afterwards. You go over, you'd be like, I get a half pizza crunch, and it's, man, don't be wrong, it's, I'm gonna say minimum 2,000 calories.
Yeah, but who cares?
Yeah, but you're a teenager and calories don't count that.
I used to get lunch every school, and it was like £1.20 back then.
Yeah. Do you ever get those?
Nowadays, you don't know you're born.
I remember back in the day, batter bits used to be free. Because they were aware batter bits was just the bits they chiseled off the side and they're like, we could bin these or we could just give it to
we could sell them to
fucking
fat pig children over there with their faces up against the window.
Because if you don't know this, every single high school in at least 5 is no more than fucking 500 metres away from a fish and chip shop.
Yeah, it's like how they have bookies in poor areas.
Yeah, fish and chip shops just all over the place, and you're let out for lunch because they don't want to fucking feed you because we're all bastards. And they're like, if we just let them go outside the school grounds for an hour, there's a good chance one of them will get hit by a car, and tomorrow will be easier. Even if we just gradually reduce the amount of kids that come back day by day, we're getting fucking done. We got in trouble for so much fucking shit. Now, I never did this, but there was like a very stern lecture in our high school.
Whatever this is about to be, I did it. I don't care what it is.
You know about the baking soda seagull thing that kids used to do?
Oh, you put on bread and make them explode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody in our school.
Yeah, no, I never did that.
If you put bacon soda... There's my dad, dressed as fucking Santa.
You do have a very dad on Christmas Day look about you right now.
Do I?
I think it's the green jumper.
Well, I got to tell you this.
And the chinos.
This actually brings me on to 2 things I want to talk to you about. I'll come back to the exploding seagulls in a bit. First and foremost, during the Fringe, I can almost tell you the date was a Thursday, right? Remember this. We'd gone out, you, me, our wives were hanging out somewhere, and Cullen made a comment on something that I was wearing, and you went, to be fair, Daniel actually does dress very well now. And I think I kept my composure. I just went, but like, it's nice having a boy stand up for you. And then in the car on the way home, Gareth was like, were you buzzing from that Gareth concert? Like, I've not stopped thinking about it. I've absolutely not stopped.
Especially coming from Cullen, who wears whatever fucking he can rake out a bin.
And then the other question.
So do you like my banana peel earrings? I made them myself. I'm going to sell them on Etsy.
Yeah, he does.
I nailed that impression.
That's exactly what.
Hi, I'm Ryan Cullen.
He does look like he would make a good punk.
Yes,
steampunk.
Not anymore.
No,
like if you could put a fake mohawk on him.
Yeah,
You can't do the spikes of that anymore.
He'd be a real good white nationalist.
Perfect for it.
He looks like someone who'd be way happier about.
He'd hate himself though because he looks so much like an alien.
Yeah. And I guess for him, like, I feel like the only reason Cullen isn't like proper racist is because he associates racism with the English and he refuses to do anything English.
Yeah.
Like if the English like legalized gay marriage before the rest of the world, he'd be a fucking homophobe. He would just
of course. We can't let them marry.
Yeah,
it's the sanctity's ruined.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's absurd. It's like you're from the island of fucking fairies. I want to ask you a personal question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about my beard?
It's better now that you've put the fade going down the way. Does the barber do that?
No. This is
it just doesn't grow.
No, it. I was like, I'll let it grow out, and then it'll all look like a fucking beard, and then only like little bits grow out, and I looked.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
A bit Amishy, and I was like, got to fucking trim that down. But I remember early on in the beard growing experiment, you were against it.
Yeah,
Because it didn't look good for a while, and I get that. And
I've been.
That's why your compliments me so much.
Trod this path before. I remember when a few years back when you tried to do the beard and.
Oh, it was awful.
It was so bad.
What was that? Yeah, that was dreadful. 10 years ago. Yeah, it was real upsetting.
It was more ginger then.
It was. Yeah. So stepping on your turf.
Yeah, I was like, all right, buddy.
There's only one of us allowed in every group.
Yeah.
Your lot don't get bullied anymore, apparently.
I've
the
heard
younger
this.
generation.
Yeah, they don't really care about. I don't believe that.
Yeah. And also,
so much to take the low-hanging fruit, kids.
Yeah, but it's the one bit where I like the thing I've always complained about the older fucking generation, right? Is how angry they are that it's easier for the younger generation. It's like, well, surely that's exactly what you want. Is you want your kids to live an easier life than you did because that shows that the world is growing and getting fucking better. And then now, as I'm getting older, I'm like, what do you mean kids don't have to fuck? Kids don't get the TB jab anymore. That cunt doesn't have a scar.
I didn't get.
What?
I was immune. You know, you get the tester thing.
Oh, the six pricks.
Mine was still there. They were like, "You're immune," and I was like, "Fuck yeah." There's a meme that gets shared by boomers a lot. It's like a photo of D-Day, and it's like 1945, 18-year-olds stormed the beaches of Normandy to certain death, and now they need a safe space. 18-year-olds because they don't like hot soup.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's what they were fighting for. You fucks.
Yeah.
Did you prefer when all the teenagers were dying?
Yeah.
That was better. Also, kill them all.
I know we have the problem with the word hero, right? Is like it creates an image.
I wouldn't call myself a hero, but sure. I just say silly things on podcasts.
Like these people, the teenagers that fucking died in World War II, literally dying for the fight against fucking fascism, are heroes because they did that despite how fucking terrified they were, how scared they were. They were asked to step up. They fucking did. They did it in fucking abundance. But like the time they were doing it, they were like, woo! Like listen to any of the fucking stories, and they're all like, all the best people died. I lost so many friends. It was terrified. It was fucking scary.
They would be the good people that die though.
Yeah.
Like I would survive.
Yeah,
for sure, because I'd be kind of hiding and then eventually just put my gun up just a little bit, like pew.
Aye.
But the guys that are like running in with like grenade pins in their teeth, they're obviously the best guys, but they're definitely dead.
Apparently, same thing for the Holocaust. I read a book about a Holocaust survivor who was like, the best of us died in Auschwitz because like they were the ones that like gave up their food. They were the ones that like whenever one of the Nazis were like, one of you did this thing and you'll all be punished unless one of you admits it. And like even somebody who didn't do it would fucking step forward, take the fucking punishment for it. Whereas there were Jews who, I think they were called Stasi or something like that. I might be getting that mixed up with someone else. But they were the ones that like worked for the Germans, the Nazis in the camps. And they were the ones that like, you should kill that one because, you know, he's less useful and she's a bit fucking lazy. Like, yeah. So
an Uncle Tom.
Yeah, a Jewish Uncle Tom and an Uncle
Is that what
Schlom.
you call it? Thistley Cross, everybody. What a refreshing drink. Do you ever find yourself in an awkward moment? Get out of it. Get rid of the other dross with a lovely Thistley Cross. You should do like a 40 style advert for it.
Yeah.
By gum.
9 out of 10 doctors recommend Thistley Cross. I've not had cancer since. Or every time I drink it, just like loads of big-titted women throw themselves at me.
Like a Lynx advert.
Yeah. And we laugh at like a fucking fat person.
I got given Lynx for my birthday. A big tub.
Recently?
This year. September. I got a big, huge shower gel of Lynx Africa.
Oh my God.
My nan gave me it. And I tried it in the shower and then I came out and Laura was like, do you smell like Lynx Africa? And I went, yeah, you horny? And she went, no, it's so gross.
She was like, yeah, the puddle underneath you from the shower. The puddle underneath me is
my water's broke. She was like, you smell like a 16-year-old. I was like, a sexy 16-year-old. What was it? Oh, the other thing she caught me doing today. You know those little shots you can get that are like ginger and turmeric?
Yeah.
I was buying them because I really like them, but they're £2 a pop and they're tiny. So I just bought all the stuff and started making them today.
Great.
And Laura came into the kitchen and she went, what are you doing? I was like, I'm just making ginger juice. And she was like, did you say that again? I'm making ginger juice. Just stood in the kitchen making ginger juice.
Yeah. She was like, I can do that too. And then started giving you purple nurples.
You know, safe word. The annoying thing is my safe word is ginger juice. So.
Yeah, just great.
She was like, yeah, you make it. I did make it. It was delicious.
Aye.
I was going to bring you some, but there wasn't enough, and I want it all myself.
I would absolutely have. What a very thoughtful thing. I can't believe this is the stage of our life we're in. We're like, me genuinely being like, I'm a bit gutted the guy didn't bring me any ginger juice.
Well, I'm a bit gutted I wasn't offered a tea or coffee. The 10 years I've known you when I've showed up to your house. You're a shit host.
I only do that. To be fair, I do that only for the tradies that come in my house.
I'm a tradie.
Yeah, but you're tradies.
I'm in here doing a job.
Aye.
1, 2.
Yeah, I do. You are right. I do not offer tea or coffee.
Never once.
Nah.
Now I just make my own.
Aye.
But-
Maybe that's what I was angling for.
So when we were driving over, I said to Laura, do Daniel and Cara have a coffee machine? She went, I don't know. Like that.
Right.
And that was the first question I'd asked the whole trip.
She's 8 months pregnant. And
she's so
handling
angry.
it like a champ.
She is so angry. She's rushing at the minute.
Yeah.
Like she's ready to
For those of you that don't know, the final month of pregnancy lasts 7 months.
And you can tell she's grown a woman because the nagging is went way up. There's 2 of them. The power of 2.
Cara's pregnancy with our girl was way worse than her pregnancy with boy. That is like, for those of you think that we're just being sexist, one, you're right, obviously, when you fucking stop this, you nagging bitches. But second of all, there is science that backs it up.
We were sexist first, then we found the science and went, oh, cool, great.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Do your own research.
Yeah. We enjoyed being sexist so much, we went to the scientist. Surely you can prove this, so we're not.
First one we went to was a woman, which was a nightmare. I went, really? You're a scientist?
Did Oprah Winfrey? She's given her degrees.
What are you doing, putting lipstick on rabbits? Is it that kind of science? By the way, where are those rabbits? I want to get a little fucking look see.
Tell me how sexy the rabbit was. Was it like Lola Bunny from Space Jam?
Or the Caramel Bunny from the 90s.
Oh, she would have fucking got it.
Little neck scarf I'd fucking pull. Oh, fucking. Maybe I tell like rabbits, I'll tell you that for free. She'd get a week at it.
You want some ginger juice?
What's up,
love?
Doc? Dearie me. Anyway, yeah, I said, do they have a coffee machine? And she went, I don't know. Like I'd asked it for the 7th time.
Yeah. Are we there yet? Do they have a coffee machine?
I said, oh, you maybe would have had one time. And she went, I've never been offered a coffee ever. And I went, oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to say something. And she went, no, you won't. I didn't realize I was going to do it on live.
I do have a coffee machine. Can I bought me a coffee machine?
It'd be nice to try it one day. You did offer me a Thistly Cross actually when I came in.
Yeah, I offer you booze and say, regardless of the time of day, like, you want a dram? Come on.
Yeah, it's allowed.
Cara mildly told me off about 3 weeks ago. We walked past a big fucking church. I don't think I've told this on the podcast already, but we walked past the church and Kayla saw it. It's a big, massive church. Kayla went, what's that? And I went, a place where stupid people go. And she went, no. She's like, we should do that with a mosque. I'm like, walk me past a mosque and let's find out.
Yeah.
The answer is fucking
Daddy,
yeah.
why are all these shoes out here? Are these free shoes?
Yeah, there's a massive soft play in there, man.
Imagine it was. We'd never know.
Yeah, man. Maybe that's what they're up to.
Praise Allah.
Yeah. If every mosque was just a giant play area, they're all going down the slides on their wee carpets.
There's so many Muslims listening to this going, shop.
Get him.
Just see 2 red dots appear in our head and they stay there. Welcome to the club.
Oh, it's that easy, is it? Stop putting more than salt and pepper on my food. That's one thing I do like about the Middle Eastern cultures is like the idea of recipe books and how much do you add to a sauce or a meal is such a white person thing.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, and then add some turmeric. And we're like, how many spoonfuls? And they're like, fucking add some turmeric. Throw it up in the air, whatever lands in the bowl, that's the amount.
Yeah.
Fucking split. Now, is that because we used to make them so poor that we gave them the worst cuts of meat and they had to dull out the fucking flavour? Sure.
Oh, right, okay.
But through our
comedy
oppression,
podcast,
we created culture. So if anything, they're all welcome.
do you like cricket, guys? You're welcome.
You do. I've seen you. You fucking
mad
love
for it.
We got you into the worst sport. That's mad. That's how impressed you were. Aye.
Hey, guys, do you like dominoes?
Yeah. How did we not get you cunts into football? How does India not have one of the greatest footballing teams in the world? There's 1.5 billion of the fuckers now.
Yeah.
None of them can kick a ball.
There's not many, like, even, like, in the Prem,
Nah.
really, is there?
Man, not even in fucking FIFA.
There must have been an Indian person in the Prem, surely.
No, not a single one.
Indian Premier League players. Hang on. The Indian Premier League is the cricket. So I've put Indian Premier League and it's just come up with cricket stuff.
Yeah.
I think that actually answers the question, though.
Yeah, there's never been an Indian Premier League player.
Yeah. Surely. I mean, we're the two worst people
Go
to
Google
do
it. Find out. Just a single Indian Premier League player. Now,
And not
have to put
like
it-
from Birmingham. We want a proper
like a real
one.
one. Not one of ours.
Yeah.
One of theirs.
See, we've said that in the tone of a racist, but the message was woke.
Yeah.
One of ours, we said. We didn't say go back home. We said stay
yeah,
home.
well, yeah, one of ours.
Stay
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah. Well, that's why I
Save
often
life.
get confused by. It's like the first generation, second generation, third generation, right? First generation, like immigrant is you from another country, you come over, you stay here, and then like after fucking 10 years, we're like, you're one of ours.
Yeah.
If you pop one out, that's ours immediately. If it's born on this land, it's ours. Second generation immigrants, always ours.
Yeah.
Comes out if it comes out with our accent, class.
What?
Nothing funnier and greater to me than a fucking black lad with a Scottish accent. I cannot get enough of it.
Yeah.
I think it's so good.
Yeah, because like you would always hear about like English actors going over to America, they were black, and them like their heads being wrecked. They had like a English accent.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening to you?
Or are you just acting
hello,
all the
brother.
time? Yeah.
There's Zesh Rehman of Pakistani origin and Michael Chopra of Indian
Chopra. I
Michael
knew
Chopra.
there was one.
Name that team.
Portsmouth. Just say yes, Matthew. Just say fucking.
Newcastle United.
Oh, the opposite end of the country.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Portsmouth, good guess.
Yeah. It's a pure guess.
I'm gonna grab another cider.
How much longer have we got to do?
Oh well, then I guess I'm not. I'll do one for the adverts. Exploding. Oh yeah.
Seagulls.
The Seagulls. Aye. So there were rumours going round back in the days before social media that if you put baking soda onto a chip and you fed it to a seagull, because seagulls love chips, that the seagull would explode. And we all heard this. And obviously in your head, you think it's going to be like fireworks, right? You think seagull's going to eat the chips, fly away, puff
Yeah.
the feathers.
It sounds like what would be like.
Yeah, nah. I didn't see it, but I had a friend that was there after like the bigger kids had done it. And it's just like the seagull walks around and just goes, and then falls over, and then just part of its side just,
Yeah.
real sad. Real sad.
Nah, seagulls deserve it. Fuck them.
They do.
I seen Gus Limburn once. He's a very good Scottish comedian, sitting with a packet of chips on his chest in the middle of Union Street in Aberdeen, with one hand, and anytime a seagull swooped for one, he fucking clocked it. Like a human mousetrap.
That's so good.
Very Gus as well. God, it was funny.
Seagulls and pigeons, never sad when they die.
Pigeons, I don't mind so much. Seagulls, I don't fuck with seagulls.
No. Pigeons, they're just...
Is there any animal makes you like irrationally angry?
Flies.
Yeah, there's
Regular if I could talk to flies, I would be like, by the way, 90% less of you would die if you just didn't make a fucking noise, man. The number one reason you're fucking killed isn't because you're flying in people's vision. It's because you're going...
and it's because they're sneaky. They're always like, and they eat shit.
Yeah, well, I eat ass. I can see eye to eye with them on that one.
You like this when you're doing it?
I get to lick a butthole.
Doing your great little visual gag for a pod. Flies are gross, man. I hate their little hand rubbing.
Absolutely fucking hate flies. I hate one of my cats, Spider. A lot of fucking some I don't mind spiders, but there are some spiders I see where I'm like, you don't need to be that big. Tarantulas, fine. Those are massive, big fucking legs.
They're
You
quite
make sense
soft
to me.
guys, aren't they? Tarantulas, they're actually not that violent. They're just slow.
Even fucking camel spiders, which is like the big massive ones.
Yeah.
I don't mind those because those are like all in proportion. See the spiders that are just the fucking ball.
Yeah.
With huge legs. What are you? A kid's drawing come to life. Get fucked. How did you walk off the page of a Halloween decoration and just exist in the world?
That is
not
great.
having that.
Looking like the faces on a P1 tea towel.
100%. Just not on. Not on.
I don't know if they still do the tea towel anymore.
Oh, yeah. Did you do those when you were a kid? So
It's an extremely British thing, I would say.
So, yeah, one day in class, you're given like this tiny little fucking...
You just to draw a picture of yourself. Like, draw
when you're
you.
primary 1, primary 2, you're 5, 6, 7 years old. They do it throughout the years. You draw a picture of yourself. You give it to the teacher. She sends it away. 3 months later, they charge your parents 20 quid to buy 3 of these things. And it's just all of the kids in your class printed on their drawings of themselves on a tea towel, and you give it to your gran for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great. But yeah.
I guarantee...
It would be like...
I will ask my gran. She's in the house right now. I guarantee if I go ask my gran if she's still got all of her tea towels, I can't... And she's moved house recently. I'm confident that those made the move.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They're so good. But yeah, all the drawings, because you're like, what, 5?
Yeah.
They're just like a circle and like no hands, just like 3 fingers coming out the side of your face and then like the legs.
Yeah.
And you're like, God, I'm beautiful.
Did you ever were you ever part of like poetry books? Because we had that a bunch of times, like you had to write a poem and then they would collate all the fucking poems into a thing. Like, you're going to be published. I'm like, what, from all the other kids that were forced to write poems in Fife?
Well, I wrote a poem in primary school and it was the best poem of all the children. And
of all time.
Maybe. And
not a hard thing to do.
There was a guy writing a book about Roslyn and he asked if he could publish it in his book. And my mum went, yeah, sure. I don't know if it ever was. And certainly didn't see any royalties from it.
No.
But I remember
how it went?
Yeah, it was like one of those where...
Acrostic.
What did you fucking call me? I just don't like eye contact, all right? It's like, yeah, Roslyn wrote down the side. Yeah. And so it was like, R is for the river that runs through the glen. O is for the original, which was the pub, where people meet now and then.
Oh!
S is for the streets that make up this historic town. L is for the lovely people you meet all around. I is for something else, can't remember.
And N is for those fucking...
Get them out! This is not the Roslyn I fought for! Thistley Cross.
You're telling me a 7-year-old wrote...
Show those darkies who's boss and have a Thistley Cross. That's the slogan, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean...
I don't think I can say darkies anymore, surely.
No, I feel like... Well, don't get me wrong, absolutely not. But I feel like darkies is one of those ones where it's offensive because it's like so unspecific. Like, the reason why Packy was such a big insult was because it was just white fucking Brits calling anyone brown, like being like, this is the only part of this section of the world that contains 2 billion people, and in my head you're all from this bit. That's why I feel like that's Darky's just been like, that's the
anything that's not pale as Tonka cream.
Yeah, Tonka cream.
It's like vanilla in it.
Aye.
Anyway, I feel like it's made it weird.
No, it's okay. I had Cullen on last week. There was way more.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Heaps more. His racism is even thinly veiled. Just there.
The only thing thin about him is his skin.
Yeah, he said that. He brought that up when he was being tested for the kilt fitting. She called him. The woman just managed to put the entire fucking measuring tape around him 4 times, wrapped him like a wee ball, and went, "You're very slender."
Yeah. And then he went, "Slender man," and we went, "Sure."
Yeah,
you're just saying 2 words now.
I'm sure that woman
delivered it like a great joke. "You're very slender, slender man." That's what she said.
I then made that joke on the podcast last week.
Did you?
I think so.
Oh no,
it's okay. It's okay. I don't think anyone important listens to this.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Glad to be on.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
We don't really grow as a podcast. We maintain.
Yeah, I like to plateau nice and early.
Yeah. Though I did have a friend of mine, Claire, message me last week after the Cullen episode. She'd be like, "Can you give me a heads up that you were talking about death and the best ways to die on your podcast with Callum before I listened to it, because her dad sadly passed away last week. She wanted to come with a trigger warning, and I was like, I don't assume that anyone listens to this podcast.
Yeah.
The only person I assume listens to this podcast never does, and that's Jean.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we can say whatever we like about Jean.
No, occasionally Eric, her partner, who listens to all of this podcast, will tell her that we've spoken about. Yeah, he'll snitch.
Eric, you snitch.
He'll tell her that we've mentioned her on a podcast, and then she'll come and listen to that podcast because she's a dirty little narcissist. And then she'll message me about the podcast episode to make me think that she actually listens to all the episodes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like you have a great relationship.
Yeah, but she's a woman.
Mm-hmm. And do you know what they be? Shopping.
They do be. Look, I know it's a stereotype, but you take them to a shopping centre. What do they?
They bloody be shopping.
They be shopping.
And hey, ladies, next time you're at the supermarket, you're out there shopping, you're doing your thing. Why not pick up a little crate of Thistley Cross?
Yeah. Pretend you're the boss.
We're sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Have a Thistley Cross.
The only glass ceiling you'll be breaking is that's across your fucking head if you don't buy me some alcohol, toots.
Toots is great.
Yeah, Kaylin calls Cara toots occasionally, and I realise I got to stop being sexist to her around the house.
Yeah. I need to stop swearing for sure.
Yeah.
He's not really said anything other than when the dog jumped on my balls and I shouted, fuck.
Great.
I was so sorry. And then Arlo was just walking around going, fuck, fuck, fuck. And I was like, I'm in pain, so I can't deal with it. I'm rolling around. It was his whole weight. He just pounced on me. So Laura's laughing her fucking head off at me like, oh. The dog like, woo, woo, woo. And I'm going, fuck. She was like, it was an absolute chaotic for 7:30 in the morning.
It's so class. One thing I've noticed, and I know it's a Scottish thing, that obviously we just fucking swear heaps, right? There's a video that was on Instagram, right? And it's of this guy on the phone to his gran, and he's in his gran's house. And he's like, Gran, I'm going to come and visit you. And she's like, what? He's like, I'm going to come in and visit you. She's like, okay. And he's just laughing because he's in the fucking room.
Yeah, he's like, open the door.
And she's like, okay. And she turns around and she shits herself. She's like, oh, you fucking wee cunt. Yeah, you fucking. And I'm laughing my ass off because that's just a funny fucking prank. The amount of fucking English.
I'd be disgusted if my granny spoke like that.
The English and Yanks just being like, glad my grandparents never fucking swear. Like, oh, you boring cunts, man.
No, your granny didn't swear. So she had a lot of pent-up frustration that she got out by blowing your granddad 6 ways to Sunday. Your granny was a whore.
Yeah, a dirty fucking
The one
whore.
saying, you fucking cunt you, she's frigid.
She is. She's
getting everything out all the time. She didn't feel the need to put...
Are you fuck shoving that up my arse? That's what she'd say.
Your granny would go, yum, yum, yes, please. Like Ace Ventura.
Your quaint little granny showing her taint little
Oh,
granny.
I've made you some muffins that are filled with Frank's gum. Frank the neighbour.
You got anything to plug?
Nah,
Nah, why would you?
nah, fuck that.
You gotta plug your baby that's on the way out.
Yeah, baby's coming. Check them out. Come in December, check that out. That'll be pretty cool. I just follow me on Instagram. I'm going to post more, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Laura's started her nesting. I can tell she's wanting jobs done, things painted, things fixed.
She's just bringing you shiny things.
She's just wanting stuff done and tidied and all that. Fine, great. That's how you deal with it. Did Cara do any of that?
No.
I think I'm nesting.
Cara, the only thing that really showed you that Cara was pregnant while she was pregnant was just what a fat fucking bitch she was.
Yeah, sales of Malwams went up 20%. I think I'm nesting in my own way, which is a male way of nesting, where I've started like...
Cheating.
No. Trying to get better at my job.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Crap, Mike, we need money.
Yeah, I get that. Which is like, my job is to like
So I'm
provide
reading more, writing more, like I'm really zoned in and stuff. And I said to Laura, I was like, I think this is my form of nesting. Started running, trying to get fit again.
Oh, it's the worst.
It's the fucking worst.
It's the worst. I don't know. No, my thing was as long as I can set my kids up for the future, then I can die.
Yeah.
As long as they're set, then I don't need to drink less or smoke less. I can just. I was 7 years old. My dad died. Yeah, but you fucking look what he left.
But you're gonna have a fucking great Fringe show in 13 years, kid.
Jesus.
I'd love a dead parent.
Yeah.
Not saying which one.
Oh, let me guess.
Both. They get back together. Struck by lightning.
At the altar.
God's like, no, you two are terrible.
I'm against divorce, but I'm super against.
I'm not letting the gays do it. They're man and woman. What?
Oh, whoopsie.
The gays can already. Loads of gays are married. Oh God. Me.
Yeah, I've not been paying attention. I'm sorry.
I'm still waiting for GTA 6. My head's fried.
I could make them speed up, but I just want them to nail it. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast. Let's go be present fathers, shall we?
Okay.